What is that like? What is that like?
What is that like? What is that like? I had two girlfriends that died. One went to heaven, the other one went to hell.
Yeah.
One day the girl from heaven called the girl in hell and asked her how she was doing.
Yeah.
And the girl in hell said, girl, we partying down here.
And
We dancing, we drinking, and we listening to all that good music. The other day, Marvin Gaye, Sammy Davis Jr., and James Brown gave a concert. It was awesome. But enough about me. How you doing up there in heaven? The lady up in heaven said, well, you know what? I am working my fingers through the bone. They got me washing walls, cleaning wings, running errands, and serving refreshments to everybody up here. The girl in hell said, well, why they got you working so hard?
Right. What she
And
said?
the girl in heaven said, because I'm the only one up here.
Wait. Evelyn, why are we just like this?
I don't know. Looks like we dressed for our own funeral.
Funerals.
Lord, where you from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
I was in Atlanta some time ago. Trick out of some money. Had to leave town real quick. I was there about 6 months.
Well, where did you live?
I didn't stay in one place too long. I had ghosts following me.
Oh, Laurel knows somebody that knows how to make ghosts disappear forever. Tell her, Laurel, what?
Does it work?
Are you a trickster or what?
We are here for the same reasons I thought.
What special reasons?
I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm here.
You'll be told when the time is
Well,
right.
since you know your time and your special place, what are we doing here?
You see this sign right here? It says the end. What does that mean? How long did you stay on the run?
Well,
Nobody knows.
my daughter Faith and her husband had 5 boys,
That's nice. Good.
doing real good.
Uh-huh.
Then one day, they were on the way home from a movie, and a car drove up and opened a fire,
Oh my goodness.
killing Faith and her husband. The boys survived the senseless attack. I hired a hitman to take them out, but I lost my nerve. Because he wouldn't have brought my Faith back.
Evelyn, is that the end?
Well, no,
Maybe that's why you're here, right?
maybe that's why I'm here.
I'm from Cleveland, and you?
Houston, Texas.
Well, nothing in life is permanent. That's true.
Except death. I'm getting some funny feelings about confessing.
Like?
Like the time I gave, like when I was 16 and I gave a boy something just to take a ride on his bicycle.
You did what?
It
No.
was-
Tell us about it, girl.
I felt you took advantage of me.
What happened, Evelyn?
Well, about a week later, he asked me why I left so quick. And I said, well, when he got finished, he made this funny sound like, oh, and it scared me.
It was scary.
His eyes was open. I shook him. I thought he was dead, so I left. About 4 years later, I saw him at a park.
Okay.
And he begged and begged and begged and begged.
Just like a man.
After about 6 months of begging, though, we went out on a date. 3 months later, we were married. And 9 months later, we had a baby girl. And I named my baby Faith.
That's so sweet. So y'all lived happily ever after, right?
Well, no, not exactly.
Oh, that's only part of the story.
I don't know what I put on that name. But he wanted sex 24/7. He wouldn't work. He stayed in jail. And he had about 10 other girlfriends.
know he said, girl. 10.
I got tired of his behind. I cut his behind loose, left Faith with my mom, and left with a truck driver going to Alaska. Now that man was a true devil. He tried to pimp me Like I was his woman.
No, he's dancing.
Trying to treat me like I was his own private property.
His nerve.
Well,
What'd he tell
we
you?
parted. I called my mom and asked her for some money so that I could come home. She didn't have none. So I worked on my back to get me enough money for a plane ticket. But before I left, he and that truck driver got walk.
No, she didn't. What'd you do?
And I dropped a couple of pills in it.
Oh, shit. No.
Probably put him out for about 2 days.
That would have did the trick, too.
I took everything of value he had.
What'd you take?
I took his money, his credit card, his truck title, his car title. I even took his cell phone. And I caught the next thing going back on my baby's face. My husband had been in jail so long. They made a girl out of him. He come bragging to me about this $25,000 he had. One of his lovers gave him. Opened up a beauty salon. Well, he went to the bathroom.
What did you do?
And I took his money and left him.
Girl, you live on the edge.
Yeah. But why are we here?
What's the point? What about you, Laurel? What's your claim to fame? Oh, girl, just an office worker, same job, same wonderful husband for 55 years. You know, my husband, he died of cancer, and his family owned the company, and I never did anything on my job, you know. Except.
Come on, you can
Come
tell.
on, okay. So there was this man, an office worker. Honey, he wouldn't leave me alone. So what I did was, I killed the chicken, cremated his bones in the dust, and I mailed it to him in a letter. And I watched him open the letter too. Honey, he screamed and he ran for that elevator, honey, and never showed up at work again. I mean, it wasn't dreadful to me. Maybe his conscience got the best of him. I don't know.
Wait, what about that time in church? You said something about church.
I can't tell that. That's the secret, honey.
See how she get us started off.
Okay. So there was some women telling lies about my husband and some other ladies at church. They asked him to read a part in the play, and he didn't know they were filming the action. They used the prettiest blonde lady in the church, and my husband was all over this girl, naturally. After they filmed the action, he came and told me everything, just like I knew he would. So what I did was, honey, I drove to this lady's house, honey, parked in front of her house. What'd you do? Put myself in the trance, honey, and changed my husband in the film to the preacher. Honey, the whole church went crazy when they seen that film. The preacher, he fired everybody too. And he got fired too. Fired him. He got fired. After that, honey, they left me and my husband alone. They should. They sure did.
Wait, you said a trance now. Now what kind of trance you talking about?
Honey, I'm talking about the kind of trance that can change your mind. My father, he was from West Africa.
Was he from Benin?
Evelyn, how did you know that?
Girl, I'm leaving you alone because you bad.
No, you bad.
What about you, Laurel? Nicole?
Nothing about me. I'm below average.
Honey, you look like you do odd things.
I can tell because you quiet.
I'm not as odd as y'all two. It won't go no further than here. Girl, tell us something. Tell us anything.
That's right.
Well, see, I was a dancer. I danced all across the world. I taught my 2 children how to dance. I wanted to start my own dance studio, but I couldn't get the help I needed. So I borrowed money from a friend, and I was off and running, girl. See, all my students were right, but I didn't care. I was in business. Well, you can say I lasted about 2 years with all the bills.
You know how bills are.
I couldn't make payments, so I lost my house, my car, and all of my savings.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
That is when the real trouble started.
Real trouble. What happened?
Well, that money I borrowed from my friend, girl, I didn't know that money had came from the mob.
The mob.
Girl, they came after me. Broke both my legs.
Girl.
They killed my cat and my dog. Destroyed my garden
Your guard?
and my yard.
Girl.
I asked them to kill me, please.
What?
But they said no.
They told you no.
They wanted their money.
Girl, that's just like the mob.
And my friend I borrowed the money from, girl, they executed him too.
Well, dang, girl, what happened?
Well, see, I met this African brother and moved to Africa. See, I taught dance there for 15 years until I completely healed, you know? Then I got lonely to see my family and grandbabies. So we set up a date in Dayton, Ohio. And when I saw my grandchildren, they grew on me so much. Because when I was in Africa, we never communicated. So I guess you could say dance is for happy spirits. And death is deadly.
You would know.
Are they still looking for it?
Right, girl. You think they're still?
It doesn't matter now. I have nothing to be afraid of. I'm on the couch with y'all.
No, man, I've been in them sessions. Now that's weird.
Oh, great.
But I'm getting some funny feelings about the fest. I'm feeling like this place is kind of strange.
What do you mean, Evelyn? I didn't like it here.
But have you noticed that they haven't asked us for anything?
They haven't asked us for it.
That is true.
What do they want from us? What do you think?
Hey, yo, hello?
Where we at, man?
Hello? Think we the only ones in here?
Is anybody here?
What's going on, man?
Evening, gentlemen. It is good to meet you. This is important. No profanity or derogatory statements will be used here. Absolutely no conflict of any kind will be tolerated. Are there any questions? Good. First time you break the rules, you get the light. Do you remember the light?
Hey, y'all remember that light?
Me too, man. Light was on before we got here. You trying to scare us or something?
Yeah, man.
You must be mistaken. When the light shines, it's because of something you are about to say. That is against the rules here.
Rules? Rules are made to be broken, right?
You right about that, man.
When the light shines on you, you will be in a pain. A pain that you have experienced in your lifetime. Is that clear?
I'll tell you what. In my lifetime, I like action. Heck, they don't call me Playboy Pimp for nothing. I'm a broker like the Wall Street boys. Ain't afraid of nothing. Ask me or show me something here right now.
You're a broker, huh?
Yes, sir.
How do you get paid? By the day or the hour?
If it ain't about money, it ain't worth my time. I get paid by the trip. Hey, if the Wall Street boys get dough, that's what I am. Because that's what I do.
Do you have a wife or a girlfriend?
Come on, man. Wife or girlfriend? I know Playboy Pimp don't got no wife. Hey, but I did have a nice collection of 10 beautiful young ladies. Hey, they ain't hurt this Playboy Pimp future. You know what I mean?
And what is a Playboy pimp?
What's this?
See, man, I send my ladies to get the money from the men. And when my ladies can't get the money from the men, then I go to playing cheap. I put on my baddest outfit and my biggest smile. And I go after my money from the ladies. I never, ever miss the paper. Matter of fact, you remember me?
Mister, think of something that might break our rules here.
That's easy. I can just think about one of my pretty big. Oh, come on, man. What is this? Whoa. What is this? My shoulder, man. This is like a bad little wrestling imagery, man. Come on, man. What is this pain right here? Golly, take this away.
After you change the thoughts to positive or good, the 3 total events of negative talking, and you're replaced. And there are many others to replace you. Any questions? Get acquainted, relax. There are no secrets here. You are in a group of 6, 3 gentlemen and 3 ladies. Any questions?
Man, when you gonna take this pain away? Golly.
What we gonna do now?
Better yet, when we gonna see the ladies?
Man, I ain't worried about no. Ah!
You man?
My back! I fell off the pole when I was young. Make it stop, please! Make it stop!
Unless you want to see the light working on your system, watch what you say in here. And I see something here about you. Are you sure you told me everything, Mr. Quentin?
No comment.
Hey, man, Quentin was over there, man. He was shaking like some fresh jello, bro.
Mr. Playboy Pimp, we don't laugh at people here. We laugh with people here. Is that clear enough for you?
Yes, it's clear. I'm just saying, man, that was some funny shit. Oh, God! Come on, man, take this away, man. It's in my head. It's in my head. Take this pain away.
One more strike and you're out of here. Is that clear? I said, is that clear?
Well, when do we get started?
I'm sorry, but are you going somewhere?
Me?
Yeah, well, you know, I got things to do. Know what I'm saying? When do we get started?
Look, it took you all 70, 80, and some 90 years to even get here. Give me 10 minutes and it'll be all over.
What kind of place is this anyway?
Do you have a problem?
Do I have a problem? I have many problems. Where do you want me to start?
I want you to start by keeping quiet until I finish. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Right, evening, ladies.
Good evening.
It is good to meet you all. Get comfortable. You're in a group of 6, 3 ladies and 3 gentlemen. Pay close attention because this is urgently important. There will be no profanity or derogatory remarks or statements, and no conflict will be used here. Is that clear?
Crystal.
Or what happened?
You will get the light, and after 3 lights you are gone. Do you remember seeing the light when you entered?
Yeah, I do. I remember a light.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
bright
I saw the light, and
The light will shine on you because it's something you are about to say that is against the rules here.
can you give us an example?
Yeah.
Okay, you think it's some profanity.
Oh, that's easy. Mother, oh, God, make it stop. What's going on?
The pain will be all the reoccurrence of an event of extreme pain that happened during your earlier period in life.
Well, can we talk about anything we want?
For all I care, you can all go to hell. Oh my goodness, I forgot. Now do you understand?
Yes, Warden.
Well, there are no secrets here.
Nobody said
So right now, let's just take it one step at a time. So remember, watch what you say up in here, and remember absolutely no conflict. Is that clear?
Yes.
Remember the light, and I'll be back shortly. And you only got 2 strikes left.
That's you. That's all you.
And you only got 2 strikes left. Remember, looks like we both got to watch and see who leaves here first, don't we?
Yeah. Take your time and get acquainted. I'll be back shortly.
I detest your kind. You disgust me. And to you, I am not your sister. My name is Nicole. And I'm Laura.
And I'm Evelyn. Who are your friends?
My name is Quentin. Mildred. Anybody from California?
Houston, Texas.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Phoenix, Arizona. But you, nigga, where you from?
Mr. Playboy Pimp, are you with or against Governor Jan Brewer and her racist law against all the Mexicans?
What Mexicans are you talking about?
What planet are you from?
People, how much do you think prices will go up when all the Mexicans leave the fields and the farms?
What's wrong with you people? I mean, don't you like progress?
Today's progress can lead to unemployment tomorrow. I'm just...
Hey, you talking about politics and all this. Look, I'm about money, not politics. Besides, politicians are some of my best customers anyway.
See, well, laughter is therapy and racism is deadly.
It can save a lot of lives. And somebody put a spell on the politicians. You know what I'm saying?
Laurel, isn't that your department?
First, it was the indigenous people, the blacks, the Chinese, and now it's the Mexicans. The shaft is taken from blind the truth.
Look, man, do anybody know what we're doing right here, right now?
Yeah, I do. And I ain't heard no gunshots since we been here. At least there's some peace somewhere. You know, I like it here. I ain't got them pains no more. I don't even feel my age. I do like it here.
It's too quiet for me. When it's quiet like this, no money is being made. I'm about duck, you know? That's all I know. I ain't never had no job, you know? When I hear loud music and gunshots and just pretty much noise, I know change is taking place and money is coming my way.
Playboy Pimp, you ever been held up?
What do I make them ask that?
Because if you play a game, then you too have paid the price at one time or another.
That's right. I've been knocked off 3 times. Raped 2 of my girls. Took all my cash right in front of me. Never did find out who did it. But I got 2 bodyguards now. My money-making business is big business. I'm playing with many different styles and many different results, you know?
Why must you live like this? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's all I know, you know? Money and women. My mother, she worked for my dad. They wouldn't let me in the game until I finished college.
Well, is your degree in pimping? Me, I'm a family person. I done raised my children to work for the likes of you. Have you ever heard of an education or a career?
Matter of fact, I had. I had 3 college graduates working for me back in the day. Made me all kind of money after I went to school and the rest of the scholarship.
Since you know everything about everything, do you know where we are right here, right now?
I'll tell you what, we in a spot where I can't make my money. I know that much.
What about you, Mr. Quinn?
I'm a good-hearted country boy, man. I like everybody. I ain't got no problem. And I do sell books, too. That's what I like.
It's a nice business.
I guess everybody don't have a one-track mind.
That's
That's good.
Speaking of a one-track mind, matter of fact, I can tell you probably would work for me. You know what? If it wasn't for men, there will be no races. College girl once told me that. It took me about 5 years to understand what she meant, though.
I can understand the delayed reaction. What did you say your business was? You sell books?
Books. Yeah, I sell books.
Man, this sister got a white kid, man. What's up with that?
What kind of books do you like, baby?
I started reading books seriously over 20 years ago. I actually started writing one of my own, but I talked about it so much, I lost interest in it myself.
You know, I spent a lot of time behind bars. And that's when I started reading books a lot. It just caught on real good, you know?
Well, was your jail experience a good book?
No, let me tell you. I used to do the breaking and entering, you know? So one night I'm in this apartment building, doing my thing. I'm just trying to get a color TV. I smell smoke and hear people screaming. You know, I saved 6 people that night. 3 adults and 3 children. Then they put this pretty face all on the paper and everything. But then they gave me 7 years for breaking it in.
It's a wild. Wow.
Hey, but when I was in jail, I wrote some poetry. You want to hear one? Come on.
I would love to. I would really love to.
I got me.
Hey, you go now.
Go ahead.
This one is called Make Happy Festival.
Okay.
Rule my world with joy, and I will make happiness unto the world. It's the easiest job on the planet. One must begin with a smile, adding good deeds for quick returns, leaving a humble glow for the world to know. The results can change the world. There's a new vibe. Grab hold and pass them on. Instruct the children and praise those elders. Make happy festivals around the globe.
It was beautiful, absolutely wonderful.
But I didn't understand a word you said. What about you, Mr. Milton?
I'm the quiet. I don't have no store.
He got a store. A whole movie store. Tell him about your gang life.
Gang
Life.
Yes.
I was a blood. Born of blood, die of blood.
What's so glorifying about gang life, Mr. Milton?
It's 100% exciting if you live long enough to enjoy it. A playboy pimp, a B&E man, and a gang member. To be in the gang, you gotta be committed to taking orders. Take orders without question. Do what you're told. If it's a hit, do it. If it's a hold up, take charge.
Well, gang life don't have no future, so how do you get paid in the gang?
Yeah.
Police departments, FBI, fire departments, CIA, the Klan, politicians, all in the military is a gang. So what's the difference?
Tell him about the retirement plan.
Death. Death is our retirement plan. Kill or be killed. We don't stop until the casket close.
Well, Mr. Milton, have you ever done anything in your life that was good?
Ever?
Just this one time, I was on my way to doing a hold up when I seen this car accident. And I pulled 4 people from that car.
Oh,
You heard me?
We heard you.
1, 2, 3, 4 people from that car. I had 3rd-degree burns all over my back. I was in the hospital for 4 months. That family I saved, they were a priest family. That priest, he came and prayed for me every night. They called me a hero. When I was released from the hospital, my gang kicked me out. Said I had no business rescuing people. Now I can never be a part of a gang again.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Tell him to rest, bro.
I went fishing with this neighbor's son. And he fell in. I heard a loud splash. I dove in. I saved his life. Man, hold on. This is the first time I ever told anybody about myself. And what's coming over me, man? Am I wrong?
No, you are not. You are
Sophia, smile! Says you live such a strange life.
Hey, you might as well get it off your chest. You got anything else you want to share?
Yeah, just this one thing. It was me and my boys that robbed you in Vegas. Don't you remember?
You know what? It's always the quiet ones.
Thank you.
Society, please. Don't kill me before I die. Society, please. Don't kill me before I die. Time has its place in my everybody's life. Society, please. Don't kill me before I die. Love is a part of my fruitful life. Freedom squeeze me. Hold my truth in my bones. Society, please, don't kill me before I die. Good will come my way in numbers of many. But society, please, don't kill me before I die.
Name, age, and place of birth.
Laura Brown, 74 years old, from Atlanta, Georgia.
Welcome. Do you like it here?
What is this place? What is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I told you people. This is heaven.
What?
You're near the first step.
I don't think until I see Jesus.
What am I doing?
Don't worry. I'll get to you all. Please, Laura, tell me about Perea, Florida, 1992.
What happened in Perea?
Well, I went to assist the people after Hurricane Andrew, and it was like nothing I ever expected or anything I ever seen in my life. I mean, there was nothing in the city that hadn't been damaged or disturbed in some way. There were looters everywhere. None of the electricity in the city worked. There were dead bodies everywhere. The rats came from the swamps to eat the dead bodies, and the snakes followed the rats. Ugh. But by the time I got there, they were cleaning up all the dead bodies.
The next year, you volunteered at the Red Cross to go to St. Louis, Missouri for the flood they had there. What happened?
I remember that they told me they didn't need my kind of help.
What kind of help would that mean?
And what do you mean by that?
I guess it's because I'm black.
Oh, that's
That would be.
55 years on the same job and 55 married.
Well, when you love someone and let them be free, they'll never leave you wherever they may be.
That's also the secret to longevity.
I mean, when two people have something to grow on, nothing can pull them apart. It wasn't easy, but we worked on it every day. We had 7 handsome boys.
I sure wish I could find a woman like that. Did you have more friends than enemies?
I would say more friends than enemies.
See here, you're supposed to have some special powers. Is that true?
I don't advertise what I have or what I can do. No, sir, no special powers.
And did you have any hobbies?
I had a lot of hobbies. I like cooking, traveling, visiting, shopping, reading, and sewing and knitting.
And have you fulfilled all of your ambitions?
I try to keep the peace in my family.
And name 2 people you admire.
I would say Rosa Parks and President Barack Obama.
That's too nice.
And do you know how you got here?
I have no idea, honey.
Well, you were hit by a stray bullet from a gang shooting.
my man.
What, me? What, me?
You'll never have that problem here. Why didn't you see the bullet coming?
What do you mean, see the bullet coming?
Well, it still says here that you're supposed to have some special powers.
If I had special powers, I wouldn't be here, would I?
Hey, look, don't get upset with me. I don't make the rules. Try to understand. We're born to die or pass on.
I'm gonna take the fifth one now.
Man, why don't you shut up?
Hey, man, who ran your baby?
Hey, watch the hostilities, gentlemen.
And what do you mean by by passing on, man?
Celebrate the spirit of a person and they will never die. Or shall I say, pass on.
I still don't get it. So what's passing on?
It's a kind of way to say dead, Playboy.
Man, don't you know anything, man?
Hey, look, I know how to count other people's money.
Mr. Playboy Pimp, what could you have done to make this world a better place to live in?
I like the way the world was.
You can't possibly.
I mean, I guess I could have been a little bit more sensitive to what other people wanted in life or how they felt, but you know, money make you do some crazy things sometimes.
Brother Milford, what about you?
I would have helped young people find themselves so they too could know life without guns and death. We owe the youth a lot. Some things they got to do for themselves. All we can try to do is give them some guidance.
Sister Nicole, what about you?
Well, I guess I could have made a better contact with the youth and, you know, I stopped concentrating so much on being alone.
Oh, see, baby, you don't got it.
Maybe I should have paid more attention to my marriage instead of finding new ways to get a divorce.
Brother Quinn, what about you?
Seems like I spend most of my time behind bars. By the time it was time for me to come around, I was too tired to put up a fight. So I could say I really defeated myself with ignorance.
Sister Evelyn, what about you?
Well, I still got a good vibe. I guess you could say I was selfish or didn't trust nobody.
And what about you, Sister Laurel?
I guess I should have paid more attention to politics and saved money up for the future.
You know what? The the reason you had them 7 boys is because you never helped.
Well, at least me and my husband left our children a place to live. Anybody knows that the foundation to a good home is a place to live, and I pray that my children are never homeless. Homeless is just a reflection of the society in which we live.
This is the part of the program for things in common, like foods, housework, driving, and likes and dislikes of foods and other items.
I don't understand.
Well, my favorite dessert was my homemade old-fashioned pound cake. Boy, I let that butter sit in the cabinet for over a month till it get old and rancid. That's what gives it the taste of a pound cake. Somebody know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
I'll tell you what, we was at a funeral one time, and afterwards, they brought out this pound cake. I told 3 of my best lady friends to cut half of the pound cake. We almost passed out eating that pound cake.
And do you cook, mister?
Oh, nah. Never really had time to. Always kept ladies in my life. You know, but hey, I do like to eat good. I like to go out. When the money come in stack, I take all my ladies out.
Yeah.
When they work good, I feel good.
You know what? There's some things I like about you, and there's some things I just don't like about you.
Oh, come on, baby. Because you don't like pound cake, you don't like a brother?
I like the cake better than I like you. See, me, I like my sweet potato custard made with Georgia sweet potatoes.
Other sweet potatoes.
What is sweet potato? What is sweet potato custard?
First, you make the crust, which is made like dumplings. You slice the potatoes, lay them thin and flat in the bottom of the pan. Then you layer it with the dough, make the sauce out of sugar, spices, lemon juice, and butter, and pour it on top, honey, and just throw it in the oven till it's golden brown.
What are dumplings?
I don't have time to educate you about food, Playboy Jen. You got too much street in you to appreciate good food.
Hey, I never had nothing like that. I guess my grandmother used to cook like, oh, nah, my friend Miss Sarah. Yeah, now she can cook too.
No, see, you from New York, and you don't know what I'm talking about.
Can we talk about something else?
You have the floor. What do you got to say?
I know one thing. You right. I'm a city boy. I can't do nothing for the country can't do nothing for me. But you better watch your mouth.
No, maybe you should watch your tone of voice unless you want that life.
Nah, you right. I'm out of order.
Mr. Playboy Pimp, have you ever been married?
Nah, baby, married? Hey, I'll play that game. But hey, you got the flow, not me.
Laurel, explain to these brothers 55 years of good marriage, please.
Girl, I wish I could, but I don't think that would help these brothers here. What you think about man when he say, "Can I just get a little piece?"
I just got a little
See,
piece,
right
girl.
there, baby. See, that's not even my style.
See, my grandmother told me to answer when I was, 15 years old? She said men are just like boys. They ask for a little or some. Because if they got the whole pudding at one time, it'll kill them dead.
Yo, I like to cook, but I ain't got the patience for it though.
What do you eat then?
Mostly restaurant food. That way I ain't got to clean up nothing.
So what you saying? You a lazy person or something?
Man, hold up, man. I respect you and I respect that life, but please don't play with my feelings.
You better watch how you talk to my friends.
People. Back and forth is where we're headed. Let's cool down. Hold your breath and count to 10.
Deep breath.
Release and come back fresh.
Deep breath.
Now go.
1. Okay, now.
10. Okay,
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I love the peace. I think we started to defeat our own purpose here.
And now I applaud you, Mr. Referee.
We need peace in the whole world. We need to notice each other with respect.
That's right.
Well, I guess I do have too much mouth.
You think?
But we are here to get to know each other better. We're going to be here for a long time. Can we all just be friends?
That's right.
You to stop all the arguing anyway. I done seen too much violence in my lifetime. We can live without that. Plus, I think this light here is an example for us. I wish they'd have had it when I was young. Oh, yeah.
Evelyn, what is your favorite food?
Well, I kind of like everything. But I didn't start cooking until I started taking care of my grandbaby. They taught me how to eat better and to raise a garden. I didn't start cooking until my mother taught me. I had to go back to the cookbook. But I sure wish I had listened to my mama when I got back out on the street.
Hey, you know what? You might not believe me, but I can relate. You know, some of my ladies, they used to tell me about how it was in their childhood, how they were growing up. Sometimes I wanted to trade places with them. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna miss out on all that easy money, man.
Well, like what Pep, you know, family is more important than money. Right. Because money was here when we got here. And it'll be here when we all gone. And sometimes, it'll take you out.
Hold up. Wait a minute. What is this, a conspiracy or something?
No, this is the time for us to learn more about each other.
When the light come on and we get out of order?
Maybe you like that light. Is that your new climax?
Yeah, give him my head. He can handle it.
Nah, you know that. Not that type of climax. My climax is all about counting other people's money.
What kind of car you drive?
I got 12 cars. What's the
12 cars.
Well, of course, you must be richer than what we gave you credit for.
Rich? Hey, I ain't rich. I'm just trying to live like everybody else.
Hey, Nicole, how long you been divorced, baby?
Since 1986. Why? You interested in me?
I bet you was a fine tenderoni when you was young.
I'm a sharp sister right now. What's wrong with your eyes? And what you gonna do when I see that little glitter in your eyes again?
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm like a strong man with some you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, you know what you mean. So you can go on and sit down, man.
Playboy Pimp, you be quiet. I got plenty of gas left in my tank. Streets done took all your strength anyway. Besides, I don't need nobody to talk with me. That's why I got my own mind.
Let's not get upset here, people.
I'm gonna chill out, all right. But it's just because I don't want this light. That's it. Don't get it twisted.
Playboy Pimp, you ain't got to be quiet for me. Just be quiet for everybody else in here. You can find out what we're doing right here, right now.
Yes. Well, Mr. Quentin, what is your favorite food?
You know, baby, I like them black-eyed peas, cooked with the smoked turkey necks, you know, some okra, and some sweet cornbread, baby. That's all I need.
I bet you like buttermilk too, don't you?
What's wrong with buttermilk, baby? Southern folk like buttermilk with some nice sweet lemonade.
Oh, you people sure is making me hungry.
Shoot, I like this kind of talk. It don't got no hostilities in it. See, that's the problem now. People talk with phones, computers, and guns. We need to sit down and see each other talk so we know what to expect from each other.
That's cool, brother.
So when I was in the game, I never talked that much. It was all action. See, you never knew who you was talking to or who was going to take something from it. See, we need to take advantage of our educational opportunities. They give us a reason to live productive lives.
I agree 100%. And on that note, Mr. Quentin, when was the last time that you told somebody that you loved them?
I don't think you've ever told anybody you love them.
Yeah, probably never.
Well, you have an opportunity right here. What are you going to do about it?
What are you saying? Right here and right now?
I'm saying you have a chance with me. I'm not going to hurt you. It'll be the easiest thing you'll do in your time. Go ahead. Come on, you can do it. Mr. Clinton.
average down age when it comes to the ladies. They know how to pace themselves and save something for later, you know? See, that's what's wrong with us, man. We think we all know how to get it all in one shot. They don't know how to pace themselves and have a little love and a little hope for the baby, you know?
You know what? You scared me. The way you talking right now, trying to make some sense out of everything, it's totally out of character for a kid.
Yeah, sure. It is.
Playboy Pimp, do you have any kids?
Nah, I ain't have no kids. Matter of fact, I paid for about 3 abortions. Some wasn't even mine.
So you did that just to keep the peace?
I mean, sometimes you gotta share the love and peace. You know, life is not as bad as what some people think it is. If you just take the time out to understand it.
That sounds like you about to start crying.
Somebody please change the subject. Or get this man a nap. Y'all don't want to see no wrong Playboy Pimp around.
No, cry. It'll free your mind and set your soul free.
This
Go
look like
ahead,
it's
cry.
about to turn into a church service, honey.
It's church.
It does have.
Well, when was the last time you went to church and how much did it cost you?
It was a few. Cops killed a friend of mine. And I don't know what you meant.
So you saying you seen a lot of death in your time?
Yeah. But I don't like to talk about it though. I have enough trouble trying to sleep at night. See, what you don't know is that when you shoot somebody, that same dream comes back to you every night when you close your eyes. And it's hard to get away from your own conscience, you know?
Well, why did you do it?
Yeah.
I was young, dumb, and full of fun. And didn't care about nothing.
Lord, you could have diverted your attention toward this young man, making him more productive. So you do have the power.
I couldn't have done anything to change his life. I mean, the power is not to be used uselessly. It's just too important to try.
Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like if it was not for the game. I just didn't have nobody to school me, you know?
It is hard for young women to raise a young man, you know? I mean, there are some things about a man a woman will just never understand.
You would know. You had 7 boys and married for 55 years. Look, tell me one thing. What is one thing you hated about family life?
I hated the housework, you know, the washing, the mopping, the cleaning, the diaper changing, being a referee, and, you know, the crying.
Brian, what did you cry about?
Honey, I cried when things went wrong. I even cried when things went right. I never really got upset. I always stayed calm and in control of everything.
What do you mean everything? You did everything?
Everything, girl. I kept the weekly budget. I paid all the bills. Went to the PTA meetings, gave out allowances, went to football, baseball, and basketball practice. I even learned how to fish, but I didn't put the worms on the hooks. I let the kids do that. I wasn't touching the basket.
So did you have any time for yourself?
Girl, when you got 7 children and a husband after you all the time, you never have time for yourself, honey. But me and my friends did go on vacation to the Caribbean for over 40 years. Yeah.
40 years?
Yes, girl. Yeah.
40 whole years on the Caribbean. Okay.
Hey, motherfucker, get cracking. Let's get it. Come on, bro. Yes, you
You
man.
deserve an Oscar for all your efforts. I never could trust nobody, especially men. They think you got to drop everything just to go take care of them like they handicapped or something.
Well, honey, you right about that. But I think the vacations really helped me out a lot, honey. Because I knew when I got on that boat, it was my time to escape. I danced from the time I got on to the time I got off.
That's right.
Yes, honey, every way to knew who I was alive and doing anywhere. Yes.
So you saying you was out there doing your thing to the bone, girl?
Honey, I'm saying, when I party, honey, I let it all. Yes.
the man with?
Yeah, right. I wasn't gonna let nobody spoil my 2 weeks of fun.
There it is right there. Trying to tell you
So
how it works.
Man, you women all tripping.
Alright.
See, I knew you had a wild side.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you probably wear that there husband of yours to death.
No, see, all men are not like you. Some of us know how to tell the truth and leave the rest for people to engage their gossip about.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm telling everybody, all y'all don't run your mouth. You just gave my conscience a tad of a shake.
Anyway, what about this passing on?
Right. What about this passing?
The age you are now is the age when you did something worthy of being here in the first place.
Can you explain that in simpler terms?
Listen up. I'm saying this once and one time only. Everybody have 3 steps to heaven in life, and 3 essence: a soul, a spirit, and a shadow. The term we use here is passing on, which means a transition has taken place with your soul, spirit, and shadow. The age you are now is not the age when you passed on. After you passed on, your soul stays with the body and later goes to your homeland. The spirit goes before a judgment to see where you go afterwards. Your shadow belongs to the earth. It stays with the body. It cannot leave the body.
So you saying we are spirits, huh?
That is correct. You have passed on.
So are you saying that that's all there is to life, is passing on?
Everything you did before you arrived here was your life.
And I'm ashamed of everything I did.
Well, since we're all in a good mood, who wants to start reading their Proverbs first?
I guess I will. Trouble will find you, and you will pay for what you did to others.
That's a good one. Bro, I got one too. Too much sugar on the truth just becomes a sad lie.
Time will kill you dead while others pass on.
Laughing to keep from crying will make you stronger.
A cheap person is somebody who takes something that is free.
And we will never rise until we stop pushing each other down.
Mr. Quentin, your name, age, and place of birth.
My name is Quentin Tucker. I'm 68 years old. I was born in Jasper, Mississippi, but I was raised in the NYC.
I want to thank you for hiring those 3 young people to work at your bookstore. What was the name of your bookstore?
Oh, that old bookstore, that name was Mind Tripper. Because you know when you read those books, your mind goes a trip.
That's right.
And did you have more friends than you did enemies?
All my enemies were all the friends I ever had.
And did you have any hobbies?
Is church a hobby? You know I like to raise flowers and sell books. I really enjoy symbolism, which is truly the eyes of peace.
And have you fulfilled all of your ambitions?
If I could stay out of jail,
There are no jails here. Name 2 people that you admire.
Paul Robeson and Claude McKay.
And who was Claude McKay?
He was a poet. He wrote the poem of We Must Die.
And do you know how you got here?
No, sir, I don't.
Well, you were brutally murdered in a bookstore holding. It took 4 of them to take you out.
Ooh, they're real strong.
I don't know what to say.
Enough has been said. You may be seated. Evelyn, are you here?
Evelyn Williams here, yes I
Name, age, and place of birth.
am. Evelyn Williams, 96 years young, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
I admire you for your courage, time, and patience. You raised 5 grandchildren, and they turned out just fine. Did you have more enemies than you did friends?
Well, I call it giving back. What I did after the way that I lived, what I did was I made friends out of my enemies.
And did you have any hobbies?
The only hobby that I had and I enjoyed was I was taking my grandchildren to church every Sunday. And they taught me how to build a garden and to eat healthy.
And have you fulfilled all of your ambitions?
Well, my greatest joy was when my last grandchild walked down the aisle to get his degree. I cried like a baby with joy.
And name two people you admire.
My mother was my rock, and President Barack Obama.
And do you know how you got here?
No, and I really don't care.
Past of old age. This is a new beginning. You may be seated.
But why do we look younger than our ages here?
The age you are now is the peak of your life when you did the most good. Mr. Milford,
Yeah.
your name, age, and place of birth.
Milton Simpson. 84 years old, and I'm from California.
So you were the gangbanger who turned hero.
Huh?
Baby.
Mr. Milford, you have never killed anybody. Those two people you were accused of killing, you actually saved their lives.
Oh,
They
yes.
both lived and they cleared your name for the crime.
Yes.
How does it feel to save somebody's life?
Man, it's being responsible for life. Now, for everything they do, I'm responsible for everything they do in their life.
And did you have more friends than you did enemies?
Man, when you gang banging, you ain't got no friends or no enemies.
And did you have any hobbies?
Joined the neighborhood group, kept the cemeteries clean, and kept the crackheads away too.
They smoke crack in the graveyards?
It's the safest place. They got their own privacy.
And have you fulfilled all of your ambitions?
Nah. I want to see a time where young people can be more respectful to each other without bloodshed. It's a disease and a plague that's killing them.
And name two people you admire.
My mother and my father. I see what they meant, but like so many others, I ain't listen.
And do you know how you got here?
Doesn't matter.
You were killed by the police. Mistaken identity.
Yeah.
The police department paid your family for the passing $8.5 million. Nicole Holmes, name, age, and place of birth.
Well, you just said my name, so
Excuse me?
I'll repeat it. My name is Nicole Holmes. I am 82 good-looking years young, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
And do you have more enemies than you did friends?
I tried to make friends. I really did, but it didn't always work, so I would say 50-50.
And did you have any hobbies?
Dancing was my life, and well, as you get older, you change, but the main reason I got into church was to teach young people the art of dance. But they hated me. They called me the woman from... I'm sorry, you know, I forgot I can't say that here, so, you know, from down under.
And have you fulfilled all of your ambitions?
I've been on the run all my life. I can't say it.
And name two people you admire.
Well, Catherine Dunham and Bojangles is my heroes.
And do you know how you passed?
Was it my past?
You passed with a rare bone cancer. You may be seated. Mr. Playboy Pimp, your name, age, and place of birth.
My name is Playboy Pimp. I was born in New York City and I'm 75 years old. And I'm still ticking.
I'm sorry, but I mean your real name.
What is it?
Marvin Stewart.
And where were you really born, Mr. Stewart?
New Height Hope, Alabama.
That's good. That's good. Do you have more friends than enemies?
I played them both.
What were your hobbies?
No, the ladies, of course. Nothing but the ladies. I did get into the garden game with Miss Sarah.
And who was Miss Sarah?
Oh, Miss Sarah. I met Miss Sarah down south, downtown. She was begging for money and she was hungry. So I took her to a restaurant and we ate and we talked. And she told me how her husband passed away and she was about to lose her farm and she was going broke. I missed 2 flights in 3 days dealing with Miss Sarah. But I got her life back together. She still calls me when she needs me. I can hear her now. Baby, I hope you live a long life. Miss Sarah's a good person.
So there is some softness under that shield you're wearing. How long have you been taking care of Miss Sarah?
Oh, about 29, 30 years now.
30
Yeah,
years.
that's no problem though. No problem at all.
And who was this person named Rosie?
Rosie. Oh, Rosie used to work for me on the block.
And what happened to her?
Rosie died of AIDS. Yeah. When she was in the hospital, she didn't have no insurance, so I took care of her as well.
And what happened to her 2 children?
Her kids, well, when she was in the hospital, I basically took care of them too.
You will?
I mean, I ain't take care of them, but I paid somebody to take care of them. But I was taken care of. They went to college and they grown up. They're doing well now.
So you put 2 children through college. Were these kids yours?
They weren't mine. Hey, everybody thought they were, but nah, they weren't mine.
So why did you do something like that?
I don't know. I guess I didn't owe nothing to them. I guess it made me kind of feel good. Besides, my business picked up more than 25%.
And have you fulfilled all of your ambitions in life?
Oh, not quite. I always wanted to go to Africa. But never make it down there. I know I would have been on a trip down there. Woo! And would have brought in my collection of ladies. See, Africa, they got some beautiful black women down there. But then again, I felt kind of bad. You know, I ain't want to pimp them. You know, I feel like they already been doing a little too much. So.
And name 2 people who you admire the most.
Oh, Marcus Garvey. Now that was a real hero.
Why Marcus Garvey?
I wanted to be just like him. But nobody would listen to me. So I took the opposite road. And I admire President Barack Obama.
Okay.
Now, President Barack Obama, that right there, he's trying to do so much for a country that don't even really give him the proper respect. You know? Every time somebody say Barack Obama instead of President Barack Obama, oh, it makes me so mad, I just want to choke them. What are we doing? What have we done?
No.
I'll tell you what, President Barack Obama, now he need another term.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
You still have softness in your hostilities about life. Do you know you got here?
Here, where?
You people don't listen, do you?
Oh, okay.
I told you before, didn't I? You are near the kingdom of heaven.
He did say
Heaven?
Yeah.
Hold on, what am I doing here?
I ain't no pencil to hell.
Do you know how you got here?
Hey, I don't know, but I have no idea to tell you the truth. I'm starting to like it though.
Ooh. You were in an auto accident. You hit a deer, lost control of your vehicle, and went under a tractor trailer truck.
A tractor trailer truck.
And was decapitated and cremated. And that's what took you out.
So what am I doing here?
You all are in heaven. Welcome. Old enough for you to not know how old I am. Confused. What good is life if you cannot breathe? What good is a tree without limbs? What good is wealth without sharing? What good is a child without parents? What good is law without equality? What good is food if people are hungry? What good is a bird if it cannot fly? What good is a lion if it cannot be free? What good is color if you make segregation? What good is the ocean if it has no fish? What good is a fish if it cannot swim? Compared to upstream with confused traffic in the world. Miss Nicole, I see you graduated from college.
Yes, I have a degree in dance therapy.
And Miss Laura, did you graduate from high school?
I sure did, and I got an associate's degree in accounting. Congrats.
Miss Evelyn, what about your school?
Well, I got my schooling in the streets. I got a PhD in schemism and streetism.
What about you, Mr. Milford?
Never had time for school, but I was mistaken. I see I missed a lot about life by not going to school.
Well, Mr. Playboy Pimp, see you have a degree also.
Hey, I went to Syracuse University. Got a degree in business administration on a wrestling scholarship. Matter of fact, I was the state champ 3 years in a row.
So why didn't you try to defend yourself when you got held up?
Hey, I was a wrestler, not a fool. Hey.
And Mr. Quentin, what about you?
I got my GED when I was in jail. Took some business classes with hope to becoming an entrepreneur. And that's how I opened up my store, Mind Trip.
That's right.
Yo, what's OFO, man?
Oh, yeah.
OFO is old folks own. Old folks own stories. You people are in this story. You never asked or begged to get to heaven. Heaven asked you to come in.
I don't understand.
Where's all the preachers and the deacons?
Yeah, we're there.
We all have much in common. You help a lot of people in need. You love life by not doing anything to hurt yourself or others. And as far as the preachers and the deacons, everybody talk about heaven ain't going to heaven. Remember where you are and how you got here. Judging is not for us to say. Is that understood?
Wait, that's not what we've been told all of our years.
Maybe you all been listening to the wrong teachers. Now let's hurry up and get to the end of this session. I got 6 more people waiting after you all.
Is it possible that maybe you can pass on more than once?
Well, some time ago, a man passed on 3 times. The last time they were about to do an autopsy on him, the phone rang, the doctor answered the phone, and look, the man was sitting up.
Hey, that's cool with me. We don't want to tilt them scales.
I want to see the scale.
What's the hell talking about?
Will you all please just shut the hell up? Oh, my back, my neck, and my back. Please stop. I was in an abusive relationship. Please stop. Woo. Now let's continue. What would you like other family members to do?
Take an elder to dinner sometime.
Take an L out to the movie theater sometime.
Right.
Have a special cookout for the elders.
That's right.
Pay all the elders' bills, including the medical
That's
bills.
right.
Yeah, spend the day planting something, and something new is sure to grow.
Taking them to church sometime. Pay their time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You can all do your farewell greetings, exit when the light leads you out.
It's nice to meet you, Playboy. No pimping in heaven, okay?
No pimping.
Okay, girl, all right to meet you.
Leave it alone.
Please, girl. I want to be an angel.
And one clean breath.
In one clean breath, you can pass on.
Dragging all your troubles behind you, and who would care?
In one clean breath, you can pass on.
Leaving your remains behind for your friends. And who will care?
In one clean breath, you can pass on. And have no idea how it happened so fast. And who would care? In one clean breath, you can pass on.
And have no worries upon the earth. But who would care?
In one clean breath, you can pass on.
Leaving behind all commercials upon this earth. And who will care?
In one clean breath, you can pass on.
Time to skip a beat upon this earth. And who would care?
In one clean breath.
But you know, you don't know.
Love you anyway. Now you're living your life like right now. Was it all the things? Was the things you did? You find holding on.
Watch what you say and watch what you do, because heaven is watching you. And may God have mercy on our souls. Director of Old Folks Home is Cynthia Carr.